Hi guys, I am here today to talk about keto. There are different types of keto, and I also want to make sure we understand what keto is. So keto is a diet, it's a lifestyle where you consume high fats, moderate protein, and ultra low carbs. So these are all terms that we're generally familiar with. One term that I was not familiar with and I didn't understand before I started down this journey was the term macronutrient. I didn't understand what that was. I didn't really understand the back of nutrition labels or the back of products with the nutrition label. So macronutrient is a calorie. If you take a calorie is made up of one of three things. It's either a protein, a carb, or a fat. That's it. So now you have to understand, okay, out of my calories, how many of them are proteins, fats, carbohydrates? And your objective is to have, in the standard ketogenic diet, your objective is to have 70 to 75% of your daily calorie consumption, your daily macronutrients, come from fats. The other 20-25% come from proteins, and the last 5% come from carbs. So the objective of the keto diet is to switch your body's fuel source from glucose to ketones. And ketones are another way of saying fat. So you're switching your body from glucose to running on fat. Okay? The next thing I want to talk about is there are 5 different types of the keto diet and the keto lifestyle. And this is up to you which one makes the most sense for you to pursue. So there's the standard ketogenic diet. That's where it cares most about your macronutrients. And like I said in those numbers before, 70 to 75% of your macronutrients, of your food consumption for the day, is going to come from fat. 20% is going to come from protein. And 5% is going to come from carbs. That 5% of carbs are going to come from the vegetables or the fruit that you consume that day, because those are naturally occurring in food. So the second type of the ketogenic diet is going to be the high protein ketogenic diet. And I say that with quotation marks because it's really still a moderate protein diet. This is going to increase your protein to about 30%. So you're going to have 60 to 65% of your daily calorie consumption, your daily food consumption is going to come from fats. Then you're going to have 30 to 35% come from protein. And then you're still only going to have 5% come from carbohydrates. Okay? The next option for the ketogenic diet is a 5-day on, 2-day off routine. It's a cyclical type of diet. For 5 days, you're going to follow the ratios that I provided earlier for the ketogenic diet. And then on 2 days of the week, you're going to follow more of a carb loading diet. Now, in the carb loading days, you're still not going to consume the processed sugar. You're going to have healthier carbohydrates for you. You're going to include fruit. You're going to include more starchy vegetables, and that's where you're going to get your carbohydrates from. The fourth type of the ketogenic diet is going to be the targeted ketogenic diet. Targeted ketogenic diet is going to be where you're going to consume all your carbs for the day are going to come right before you exercise. So this doesn't mean you're going to have an increase in the amount of carbs that you have, but you're going to consume them right before you exercise. That way your body works them off even faster. And the last type of the ketogenic diet is the restricted ketogenic diet. This one is definitely more intense. It's definitely more strict. What you're going to do is you're going to have the same ratios as the standard ketogenic diet as far as how the food makeup that you consume, but you're also going to incorporate intermittent fasting. There's a whole wealth of information on intermittent fasting, and that's a separate topic in itself, but essentially you're going to reduce your eating time to a smaller window. Perhaps it's 8 hours a day you're going to eat all your food, and in those 8 hours it's going to be the ketogenic diet, and the rest of the time you're not going to consume anything. You might have water, just depends on how strict your intermittent fasting is and what your objectives are. So those are the type of ketogenic diets that you can try. Figure out which one makes sense, try them all, see which one works best for you, and have great success with the ketogenic diet.